Dear explorers of the cosmos, Comet 3I Atlas never stops generating headlines, but recently, one story in particular has been going viral, sending the astronomical community and the general public into a frenzy. It's the claim that no fewer than 9 distinct celestial objects are following 3I Atlas through space, maintaining exactly the same trajectory. This narrative, widely shared on social media and conspiracy forums, describes these 9 followers not as ordinary comets, but as celestial bodies endowed with a simply extraordinary brightness. According to some of these sensationalist publications, the light emitted by each of these objects would be intense enough to illuminate an entire nation, or even a state. Our mission today is to go further and verify the origin and veracity of this information and, most importantly, to provide a serious update on the whereabouts and scientific status of 3I Atlas. Is the truth about these 9 bright objects as extraordinary as the legend suggests, or are we facing yet another digital hysteria? Stay tuned to understand the facts, the new observations, and how it behaves while temporarily obscured by our sun. The original post that fueled this story is a wealth of spectacular claims, which read more like a science fiction script than a scientific paper. The text claims that these 9 hidden comets, or objects, suddenly appeared behind the 3I Atlas, synchronized in a near-perfect pursuit trajectory. The rumormongers provide details about the appearance of these bodies. They were reportedly detected in less than milliseconds, a speed so fast that, theoretically, no camera could capture them in real time. Beyond their speed and impeccable trajectory, emphasis is placed on the extraordinary energy source of these bodies, which would enable them to radiate a luminosity capable of illuminating entire nations far beyond the emission of any known celestial comet. Such descriptions not only fall outside the scope of orbital dynamics and traditional astrophysics, but also seem carefully constructed to lead the reader to question their natural origin. The tone of the post suggests that this unprecedented discovery demands that we question its origin, purpose, and implications for the cosmos, strongly hinting at the presence of something artificial or technologically intelligent following our interstellar comet. Before confronting the rumor, we need to firmly ground ourselves in the factual reality of Atlas 3I. Contrary to some conspiracy theories, Atlas 3I was officially discovered on July 1, 2025, by the Atlas Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System telescope system, operated primarily from its headquarters in Hawaii and also with facilities in Chile, and funded by NASA. Although there are records of pre-recovery, previous detections in archives from May, for example, by probes like TESS, which were not acknowledged at the time its formal confirmation of detection occurred in July. What truly makes Atlas 3I fascinating is its origin. It has a well-defined hyperbolic orbit, which is irrefutable proof that it is not gravitationally bound to our solar system. It does not orbit the Sun, but is merely passing through, confirming its status as a genuinely interstellar object, the third confirmed, after Oumuamua and 2I/Borisov. It is precisely this unique trajectory that makes it such a hot target for both serious science and rumors. The search for the scientific source for this news of the 9 bright objects was meticulous, combing through space agency data repositories, official observatory communications, and peer-reviewed publications. The result is categorical: there is absolutely no reliable scientific or astronomical source reporting the existence of 9 distinct bodies following Atlas 3I with the same precision and speed described. There is no article, no statement from NASA, ESA, or any other renowned observatory validating the claims of hidden comets, energy emissions capable of illuminating nations, or appearances in milliseconds. From the perspective of orbital dynamics, for 9 distinct bodies to be behind an interstellar comet, traveling on the same near-perfect trajectory and at identical speeds, would require a physical coordination virtually impossible under the current understanding of gravitational laws and celestial mechanics. This extraordinary precision would, in fact, be the strongest evidence that the information does not come from a natural or scientific source. These conspiracy posts often serve a very specific purpose: to fill the curiosity gap with spectacle, especially when scientific evidence points to a natural object, as the 3I Atlas is increasingly likely to be. As the comet behaves predictably and naturally, following its cometary trajectory, conspiracy enthusiasts are left without the element of novelty to attract an audience. This is where false information, often spread by profiles like the one we found, such as the self-titled Ufumania, becomes the source for channels and pages seeking quick views. However, it is crucial that content consumers hold the source accountable. The irresponsible dissemination of these claims can generate panic, anxiety, and fear in the public. I, myself, receive countless emails from people genuinely terrified by the 3I Atlas, a direct reflection of the amplification power of these unverified narratives. Our responsibility is to ensure that, once the high-profile phase has passed, these rumormongers are publicly held accountable for their claims. Returning to what is verifiable and serious, the 3I Atlas is currently entering a period of invisibility. As it advances in its orbit, it is positioned behind the Sun relative to Earth, being obscured by our star's intense brightness. This makes direct observations impossible from Earth's surface. This period is crucial because, although the lack of new images may generate speculation, and even serve as a catalyst for stories like the one about the 9 objects, it is a perfectly expected orbital phase for the comet's trajectory. The positive side is that this occultation is temporary. The 3I Atlas will continue its trajectory and eventually re-emerge into view again, allowing us to resume collecting valuable data. Astronomers and space agencies around the world are on standby, eagerly awaiting the moment the comet emerges from solar obscurity to resume the most detailed observations possible. Although we cannot observe it from Earth at this precise moment, the 3I Atlas is being closely monitored by probes in space. One of the most important and anticipated events in the 3I Atlas research has already happened or is about to happen: the observation made by the European Space Agency (ESA) probes. Probes orbiting Mars, such as Mars Express and ExoMars, were scheduled to observe the comet at an incredibly advantageous approach, at a distance of about 30 million kilometers. Compared to the 570 million kilometers at which the Hubble Space Telescope imaged it, this is a unique opportunity to collect high-resolution and much more detailed data on its coma and nucleus. These focused observations, scheduled around early October, promise to provide the most intimate information we'll have of the 3I Atlas yet. As soon as these data and images, in the visible spectrum or otherwise, are released by the agencies, we'll provide full coverage here on the channel. Regarding the images, it's important to address the differences between the previously released images to demystify what is being scientifically sought. The best aesthetic image of the 3I Atlas we've seen so far came from Hubble, a sharp, visible light image. However, James Webb, while visually less striking, because it published raw data, captured even more valuable information. Many have questioned why James Webb's image appeared worse or less defined than Hubble's. The answer lies in its purpose. James Webb focused on spectroscopy, not visual beauty. He collected raw data in the infrared spectrum to analyze the comet's chemical composition. The goal wasn't to see how beautiful the 3I Atlas is, but rather to understand the matter of which it is made, essential for determining the origin of organic matter in distant star systems. Therefore, comparing Hubble's visible light image with James Webb's raw composition data is like comparing the cover of a book with the complexity of its contents. In short, the story of the 9 bright objects allegedly chasing the 3I Atlas has no scientific basis, appearing to be yet another exercise in irresponsible sensationalism by pseudoscience and ufology websites. Critical thinking is essential. Be wary of extraordinary claims that lack verifiable and scientifically credible sources. To continue following the 3I Atlas seriously, from the moment the new ESA and NASA data are released until its re-emergence in the sky, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Leave your like and comment, as they are our strength in spreading science and combating misinformation. Until the next video, and keep an eye on the sky and the sources.